There is a video going around right now with millions of views telling you to stop throwing away your avocado hair in 60 days. And people are doing it. They are grating the seeds, steeping them in oil, spraying the result on their scalp, and waiting. So I want to do something that nobody in that comment section is doing. I want to actually tell you what is inside an avocado seed, what it can genuinely do for thinning hair, and what it absolutely cannot. Because here's the honest summary before we even start. There is something real in there, and it is worth using. But the headline claim is not possible, and I'm going to show you exactly why with basic biology. And there is one thing people are doing with these seeds that I need you to stop immediately. Because it is not safe. Stay with me to the end, because after we go through the seed, I am going to tell you which part of that same avocado actually has the strongest evidence behind it, and almost everyone is throwing that part away too, in a different sense. Your doctor has probably never had time to break down a viral trend for you. Not because they are hiding anything. Because appointments are too short. I'm Dr. Alan Brooks. I have spent 35 years as a board-certified dermatologist focused on hair and scalp, and more than 10,000 patients have sat across my desk. And I have learned not to be dismissive about these kitchen remedies because I have been wrong before. Rosemary oil is the perfect example. For years, the profession waved it away as folklore, and then a proper controlled trial showed it performing comparably to a standard treatment, and we all had to eat our words. So when a remedy goes viral, my job is not to sneer at it, and it is not to cheerlead it either. My job is to open it up and tell you honestly what is inside. That is exactly what I want to do today with the avocado, fairly and without hype in either direction. This channel is where I say what I never have time to say in a 15-minute visit. Maybe you are here because you saw that video and you want to know if it is real before you spend 6 weeks on it. That is exactly the right instinct, and I respect it. You have probably been let down before by something that sounded wonderful on the internet, and you would rather know what you are getting into. Or maybe you have already started. You are 3 weeks in, sleeping with oil in your hair, and you are beginning to wonder quietly whether you are wasting your time and looking a little foolish to your family. I want to say something to that. Trying something reasonable and inexpensive to help yourself is not foolish. What is unfair is being handed a promise nobody could keep and then feeling like the failure when it does not arrive. So let me give you the honest picture, the good and the overstated, so you can decide with your eyes open and measure yourself against something real. Let me start with the biology that settles the headline claim, because I want to get this out of the way honestly, and then move on to what is actually useful. The claim is that your hair doubles in 60 days. Here is why that is not possible, and it has nothing to do with avocados. Your hair grows in cycles, and at any moment, roughly 90% of your follicles are actively growing, while about 10% are resting. To genuinely double your hair, you would need to roughly double the number of actively growing follicles on your head, and follicles are not created in adulthood. You have the number you have. On top of that, hair grows at about half an inch per month, so even a follicle that woke up on day 1 would produce only a wispy inch of new growth by day 60, invisible under existing hair. So no substance on earth, including prescription medication, doubles hair in 2 months. What can honestly happen in 60 days is meaningful and worth having. Your shedding can slow. Your scalp can get healthier. Your existing hair can stop breaking, which makes it look noticeably fuller. And dormant follicles can begin waking up, though you will not see the results of that for months. That is the real prize, and it is worth pursuing. It is just not the headline. So what is actually inside an avocado seed? Quite a lot, as it happens. The seed contains phenolic compounds, which are antioxidants, along with some fatty acids and plant sterols, And there is laboratory research showing avocado seed extract has antioxidant and antimicrobial activity. So this is not an empty claim. There is real chemistry there. The question, and this is always the question with these remedies, is how much of that chemistry actually reaches your follicle when you grate a seed into a jar of oil in your kitchen, and what it does when it gets there. And let me give you a tool here that will serve you long after this video, because you're going to see another viral remedy next month, and another after that. When you meet one, ask 3 questions. First, was it tested on human scalps, or only in a laboratory dish? A compound killing bacteria in a petri dish tells you very little about what happens on your head, because the concentration and the delivery are completely different. Second, what exactly is the promised result? And is it physically possible given that hair grows half an inch a month? Any claim of dramatic transformation in weeks fails this test automatically, no matter what the ingredient is. And third, what is the proposed mechanism? And does it match the cause of your particular hair loss? An antimicrobial helps a flaky, inflamed scalp, but it does nothing whatsoever for hormone-driven thinning at the crown. Those 3 questions will let you sort almost any remedy you encounter into useful, harmless, or waste of time, without needing a medical degree. Now let us apply them to the avocado. Let me walk you through the claims, from the ones that do not hold up to the one that genuinely does. Number 5, and the one I have already dealt with, is that it doubles or dramatically regrows hair in weeks. It does not, and no remedy does, and I would rather tell you that now than have you feel like a failure at day 60 when your hair has not transformed. The common mistake here is the most damaging one in this entire field. People start with an impossible expectation, measure themselves against it, conclude the remedy failed, and quit, when in fact something useful may well have been happening underneath. If you had realistic expectations, you would have kept going and eventually seen real change. So set your expectation at slowing loss and improving hair quality, not at doubling. Number 4 is the claim that avocado seed blocks DHT, the hormone that shrinks follicles in pattern hair loss. I see this stated confidently all over the internet, and I have to be straight with you. There is no meaningful human evidence that avocado seed meaningfully blocks DHT at your scalp. Some plant sterols in general have been studied for effects on the enzyme involved, but extrapolating from that to a grated seed in a jar of oil is a very long leap that the research does not support. The mistake is treating a home infusion as if it were a pharmaceutical acting on your hormones, and then abandoning treatments that actually do address the hormone because you believe your avocado is handling it. If your hair loss is genuinely hormonal, this is not your solution, and thinking it is could cost you the window where real treatment works best. Number 3 is where it starts to turn in the seed's favor. The claim that it helps with an itchy, flaky, unhealthy scalp has genuine plausibility. Avocado seed extract has demonstrated antimicrobial and antifungal activity in laboratory studies, and there is a real reason that matters for your hair. Every human scalp hosts a yeast called Malassezia, and when it overgrows, it drives flaking, itching, inflammation, and shedding. A scalp treatment with genuine antimicrobial activity can help keep that in balance, and a calm scalp is a far better environment for growing hair than an inflamed one. Now, I will be honest about the limits, because a laboratory result and a jar in your kitchen are not the same thing. And we do not know the concentration you are actually achieving at home. But of all the claims made for this seed, this one has the soundest footing. If your issue is a flaky, irritated scalp, this is a reasonable thing to try. 2 left, and the last one is the part of the avocado I actually want you using. But first, do something for me right now. Type in the comments whether you have already tried the avocado seed trend, and if so, honestly, whether anything happened. And tell me your age. I think the answers are going to be genuinely useful for everyone reading, far more useful than the testimonials under the original video. Number 2 is the antioxidant claim, and this one is real but modest, and I want to explain why modest still matters. The seed is rich in phenolic antioxidants, and oxidative stress is a genuine factor in hair aging. Every time your body produces energy, it also produces reactive compounds that damage cells over time, including the cells in your follicles and the pigment cells that give hair its color. Antioxidants applied to the scalp help counter some of that damage locally. So yes, there is a real protective mechanism here. But let me put it in proportion. This is a maintenance and protection benefit, not a regrowth engine. It helps defend the follicles you have rather than resurrecting the ones you lost. That is genuinely worth something, especially over years, and I do not want to dismiss it. But it belongs in the category of protecting your investment, not making a new one. And here is the piece nobody mentions. A good part of what people experience from any of these oil rituals comes from something that has nothing to do with the ingredient at all. It comes from the massage. Spending 5 minutes with your fingertips working oil into your scalp increases blood flow to the follicles, and research suggests consistent scalp massage on its own can improve hair thickness over time. So when someone says the avocado seed oil changed their hair, they may be partly right and partly crediting the wrong thing. The ritual is doing real work regardless of what is in the jar. And now, number 1, the part of the avocado, with the strongest evidence and the part almost everyone overlooks in favor of the trendy seed. It is the flesh and the oil pressed from it. Here is why. Avocado flesh is roughly 70% oleic acid, a monounsaturated fatty acid with a molecular structure small enough that it can actually penetrate into the hair shaft, rather than just sitting on the surface, which most oils cannot do. That matters enormously, because penetrating the shaft is how an oil genuinely reduces protein loss and strengthens a strand from within, rather than just coating it to feel smooth. Avocado is also rich in vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that protects cell membranes, along with biotin and other nutrients that support hair. And its fats help seal moisture into the strand, so it bends instead of snapping. So, while everyone is grating the seed, the genuinely well-supported part of that same fruit is the flesh, either mashed into a mask or bought as avocado oil. And of course, eating it delivers those healthy fats and vitamin E internally, feeding your follicles from the inside, which the seed absolutely cannot do. Let me tell you about Linda, 61, a patient of mine, who came in a little sheepish, telling me she had been faithfully doing the avocado seed routine for 2 months after seeing it online, and her hair had not doubled, and she felt foolish. But when I looked at her scalp, it was calmer and less flaky than it had been at her previous visit, and her hair was breaking noticeably less. Something had helped. It just was not the miracle she was promised. We kept the parts that were working: the ritual, the massage, the oil on her scalp, added avocado oil and a proper mask for the strand itself, and set an honest 6-month horizon instead of a 60-day one. She got real, gradual improvement, and just as importantly, she stopped feeling like she had failed. The mistake is not trying the trend. The mistake is measuring a reasonable remedy against an impossible promise. So here's exactly what to do, step by step, if you want to use the avocado properly. And before the method, the safety point I promised, and this is the important one: do not eat the seed. Do not blend it into a smoothie. Do not powder it and drink it, whatever the internet tells you. Avocado seeds contain a compound called persin, and their safety for human consumption is not established, so this is a topical remedy only, for your scalp, not your stomach. Please take that seriously. Now, the method. If you want to make the seed infusion, dry the seed, grate it, and steep the gratings in a carrier oil such as olive or jojoba. For a couple of weeks, then strain it and keep it in a dark glass bottle. Patch test it behind your ear and wait 24 hours. Then part your hair. Apply it to the scalp only. Massage for 5 full minutes. Leave it on for at least 30 minutes or overnight on an old pillowcase. And wash it out with a gentle shampoo 2 to 3 times a week. But if you want the better supported version, do this instead or alongside. Use avocado oil, pressed from the flesh, for that same scalp treatment, so you get the penetrating oleic acid and the vitamin E. Once a week, mash half a ripe avocado with a spoonful of olive oil and use it as a mask on the mid-lengths and ends for 30 minutes, which is where breakage happens. And eat the other half, because the fats and vitamin E do more for your follicles from the inside than any seed infusion does from the outside. 2 practical tips. First, take a dated photo now. Same light, same angle, because gradual improvement is invisible day to day, and your memory will not track it honestly. Second, judge this at 4 to 6 months, not at 60 days, because that is the time frame your biology actually works on. One thing, doctor to viewer. Before you try any of this, this is a supportive remedy for scalp health and hair quality, not a treatment for pattern hair loss, hormonal hair loss, or any medical condition. Patch test everything because natural does not mean everyone tolerates it, and avocado allergy does exist. Do not ingest the seed, and if your hair is falling out suddenly, in patches, or alongside other symptoms, or if it is steadily worsening, see a dermatologist in person, rather than waiting on a kitchen remedy, because the window where real treatment works best does not stay open forever. I'm a doctor, but I am not your doctor. Now, one last honest word, because I think this matters more than the avocado itself. I did not make this video to tell you the trend is nonsense, because it is not entirely nonsense, and there is real chemistry in that seed worth using. I made it because the promise attached to it is doing real damage. When someone is told their hair will double in 60 days, one of 2 things happens. Either they quit at day 60 feeling like a failure when something useful was quietly working, or they keep waiting on a kitchen remedy while a genuinely treatable cause goes unaddressed and the months slip away. Both of those outcomes come from the promise, not from the avocado. So use it, by all means. Use the flesh more than the seed. Do the massage, because that is doing more than you think. Keep your expectations honest, at slowing loss and improving quality rather than doubling anything. And give it months, not weeks. Because this was never only about a piece of fruit. It is about being able to hear a viral claim and know how to weigh it, so you can take the useful part and leave the fantasy behind. So try it properly if you want to, and come back and tell me in the comments what you actually experienced, honestly, not what you hoped for. Type your age too. I read every single one. Take care of yourself. I will see you in the next one.